Start with this breaking news out of Northeast Albuquerque this morning. A lot of police are on the scene of yet another police shooting in Duke City.
Yes, police have much of that area blocked off. We're talking Montgomery and Jefferson. Our News 13 Samantha McDonald is live from Montgomery. She's actually near Carlisle right now. What's going on out there, Miss Samantha?
Well, Elizabeth, it's a very busy scene. The investigation is still going on. We just spoke with APD Chief Alan Banks. Here's what he had to tell us. At about 2:34 this morning, a DWI officer attempted to stop a driver on eastbound Montgomery at Washington. Chief Banks says the driver had a gun and there was a confrontation and the officer shot the driver. The driver was taken to the hospital where he is in critical but stable condition. The officer was not injured. Chief Banks says this is a multi-jurisdiction investigation and all information is preliminary. Police are waiting to interview the officer involved to find out exactly what happened. Right now, Jefferson and Montgomery are blocked off. Police expect to be out here for a while. It's best to find an alternate route today, and we will keep you updated on everything. Back to you.
All right, Samantha, thank you. By the way, the identity of the driver and the officer is not known at this time. Of course, we're going to have a check of your traffic coming up in just a little bit to keep you updated of when the roads in that area clear up. On to another big story today. One of the biggest challenges for those coming home from war can be finding a job. And
now the state here in New Mexico is trying to make that easier for veterans by getting them involved in one of the fastest growing industries in New Mexico, which is film. Governor Susana Martinez is partnering with the State Film Office for a workshop this afternoon, launching her Operation Soundstage program. Vets will have a chance to make contacts in the film industry, learn the basics of TV and film production, how to get their foot in the door. We do know there are off-camera job openings for production assistants, makeup artists, electricians, and more. Currently, each of the 3 productions filming here has agreed to hire at least one veteran.
The difference is in the example being set by the industry.
When we looked at the entire picture, the film industry, how a production is run is in many cases so much like what the veterans have done in the military.
The workshop is at 1:30. It's at 501 Mountain Road in the Northeast. If you're going, remember, bring your resume. Well, more good jobs news now. Almost 50 new pharmacy-related jobs will be up for grabs in Duke City very soon. 9 o'clock this morning, Governor Martinez and Economic Development Secretary John Badella will be meeting and making that announcement. The jobs are at Prime Therapeutics, a company that's planning on adding more than 30 positions in the near future. President Obama reversed course yesterday, saying millions of Americans will be allowed to renew their individual coverage plans, slated for cancellation under the new health care law. According to the Albuquerque Journal, though, some folks here in New Mexico and their insurance providers are calling this reversal too late. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of New Mexico and Presbyterian Health Plan, which together cover a combined 51,000 people, have already announced products designed to keep customers on individual plans for most of 2014 and do not plan to go ahead and change them.
Early voting ends today for Tuesday's special election in Albuquerque, where a late-term abortion ban on the ballot is bringing voters out in record numbers. Turns out there's also an abortion battle brewing up in Durango. The ACLU of Colorado says Durango's only hospital, Mercy Regional, is violating state and federal law by not allowing doctors to discuss ending pregnancies even when the mother's health is at risk. Mercy is a Catholic hospital. An ACLU attorney sent Colorado's Department of Health and Education this letter this week requesting that the state step in.
In Albuquerque, the battle about a late-term abortion ban has taken a strange turn. In fact, now we've learned the FBI could get involved. An anti-abortion group says someone hacked its website, intercepting emails that were supposed to go to them. Those emails ended up going to the other side's campaign.
The people that would have been contacting us through the email address that was hijacked were potential volunteers and people who would be contacting us for clarification.
People who are trying to sign up for another campaign are not going to be our supporters. We have no interest in people who are not going to vote against this deceptive and misleading ballot measure on November 19th.
The campaign against the abortion ban denies being involved. Those for the ban say they have filed a complaint with APD and the FBI. By the way, today is the last day for you to vote early for this special election. Voting day is on Tuesday.
Be careful when answering the phone. Deputies say someone is trying to steal your money and they're using the Santa Fe County Treasurer's Office as a front. The Sheriff's Department says someone is calling people claiming they have are collecting property taxes. The caller requests personal information and then threatens foreclosure. The treasurer's office tells us that they always notify you of past due bills via email and will never request a credit card.
New Mexico has increased more than any other state in the country when it comes to prosecuting immigrants who come to the U.S. illegally. A group known as TRACK, which looks at data from the Justice Department, shows New Mexico prosecuted more than 45% more immigrated-related crimes this year than last year. We're talking fiscal years. The second highest jump was in West Texas. Prosecutions also fell in some border states, including Arizona.
Bark beetles are killing tens of thousands of trees in New Mexico forests. In some areas, officials say the number of bark beetles have increased by more than 1,000% over the last year. On state and private land, about 45,000 acres of pinon trees are infested by the insects, which is an increase over the last year. Fire danger increases with bark beetle infestation, but the State Forestry Division says the danger subsides once the trees' pine needles fall off. Heads up, if you take your dog to a certain dog park in Santa Fe, officials right now are looking for possible toxins there. They're not sure if the Frank Ortiz Park on Camino de las Crucitas is contaminated or not, but the New Mexican is reporting that a 2-year-old mixed breed dog died suddenly a week ago after playing there in the off-leash portion of the park. His owner claims that the dog got sick after eating some kind of foamy yellow substance in the arroyo at the park.